happened when the black sheep of the family finally snapped. In our village, daughters needed to be married off. On the day they turned 21, and it was always an arranged marriage with some middle-aged man who already had 3 wives. Sometimes the marriage agreement would be decided when we were 16, and the next 5 years consisted of nothing but waiting for the fateful day. Other times we would turn 21 without an agreement, so the family heads would pick a man at random on the day of the wedding. My mother used to tell me and my sister to be prepared and to think of it as being lucky. You don't have to worry about planning your life at all. Now, while I understood that from a young age, my sister was different. She was eccentric and never said yes when others demanded something from her. Remember one time our dad asked her for a glass of water, but when she brought the glass, it was filled with oil instead. Our dad didn't notice and drank it, and he was rushed to a hospital outside the village. My sister was punished brutally. She wasn't allowed to wear any clothes, and our dad would whip her back with his leather belt 7 times a day. But despite all the pain and scars, when I asked her if she regretted it, she said, "Hell no, I just wish I gave him rat poison instead." When she turned 17, her marriage agreement was finalized with a guy named Matthew. She was going to be his 6th wife, and no one saw anything wrong with that, except my sister, of course. Matthew had the desire to dominate everything, so he'd show up every month to talk to my sister, even though their wedding was 4 years away. During his 2nd visit, he tried to kiss her, but as soon as he closed his eyes, my sister dropped a cockroach in his mouth. He flew into a rage and tried forcing himself on her. She didn't resist until he pushed her down between his legs, and then she brought down her teeth on it as hard as she could. Safe to say, Matthew broke off the engagement. For the next 4 years, our family kept trying to find another man for my sister, but she would make a huge fuss every single time. They decided to sell her off to a 60-year-old man who had a hobby of using his wives as target practice. His favorite pastime was using slingshots on a tied-up woman and laughing when he heard them scream. 1 week before the wedding, our mother and I went up to my sister's room and told her to run away. We gave her around $4,000, which in those days was a lot more, and told her to never look back. My mom said, "I should have done this sooner, but it's better late than never." All my sister had to do was go to the city and meet our mother's friend, who would then take care of her. But instead of escaping, she told us, "The money for another day. I have a plan of my own." I called her crazy and told her the rumors about the guy she was supposed to marry, but she just shrugged it off. Then she gave me a wink, the same wink that she had given me before she fed our dad a glass filled with oil, so I knew that she was about to ride or die. Sure enough, one day before the wedding, my sister snuck into our dad's bedroom and stole one of the firearms. Then she climbed our rooftop and started firing in the sky. Within minutes, the entire village was gathered there, screaming at her to drop the firearm and get down. Someone tried climbing up to her, but she bonked his head with the back of the firearm and then started her speech. "You think I'm gonna marry that old guy with arms thinner than me? Think again. I don't want that man. Instead, I want that one." Then she pointed to a guy in the crowd who was 1 year younger than her. He was too shy to ever speak, but gave flowers to her every Sunday. His face exploded in embarrassment when she pointed to him, and for a second, I thought he might faint. Everyone called my sister crazy, but she didn't give up until our dad swore on his ancestors that he'd do as she wanted. Long story short, my sister got married to the guy she wanted and was rushed out of the village like the bubonic plague. A few years later, when I turned 21, she came back and took me with her.